everyone. In the process of learning a subject, the most important and first step is to read the lesson, isn't it? In school, teacher makes us to read the lesson once before explaining. But at home, for the students who find it difficult to read the lesson and for the differently abled, we are introducing audio textbooks. These will help you to listen and read the lesson while going through the text. Our state government has provided us with PDF of the textbooks. So let us start reading the lessons. The eighth chapter in our English textbook is Snakes in India. Garden snake. I saw a snake and ran away. Some snakes are dangerous, they say, but mother says that kind is good and eats up insects for his food. So when he wiggles in the grass, I'll stand aside and watch his pass and tell myself there is no mistake. It's just a harmless garden snake. Let us start reading the lesson. Snakes in India. What are the most dangerous animals on the Indian subcontinent? They are not lions, tigers, or wolves, but poisonous snakes. They attack far more frequently than most people suspect. Over 20,000 humans are bitten by venomous snakes in India each year. Unfortunately, the death rate from snake bites is high, largely because of widespread ignorance about snakes and snake bite prevention. Also, proper medical treatment is often delayed or unobtainable. According to an estimate made by the World Health Organization, about 15,000 deaths from snake bites occur annually in India, nearly half the world total of such deaths. Even for those who survive, it is a dreadful experience, usually resulting in days or weeks of agony. Take what happened to Tengal Kamal on a rainy evening in August 1981. Kamal, a 25-year-old farmer living near Goregaon, a suburb of Mumbai, was working barefoot in his fields when he suddenly felt a sharp sting on his right foot. Kamal examined his foot and saw two tiny marks near the ankle. Convinced it was a snake bite, he hastily tied a rope just above his knee and called out to a relative working nearby who immediately took him by taxi to a local doctor's dispensary. Unfortunately, the doctor was not a fully qualified allopathic practitioner and did not know about anti-venom serum, anti-snake serum, or anti-snake venom, or how to administer it. He gave Kamal a pain-killing injection and antibiotic tablets. He told him to rest at home until the pain subsides. But during the next few hours, Kamal felt increasingly giddy and vomited continually. His right foot and lower leg swelled alarmingly and the pain was unbearable. Kamal's relatives rushed him to a large public hospital in central Mumbai. By then it was more than 5 hours since Kamal had been bitten and blood had begun to ooze from the snake bite marks. His gums were also bleeding and a soft thin tube put through Kamal's nose into his stomach revealed a large amount of blood. Fearing that it might already be too late, the doctor gave Kamal an injection of antivenom and began an emergency blood transfusion. Over the next 3 days, Kamal was given 15 such transfusions as well as a repeat shot of antivenom. It was only after the fifth day that he was declared out of danger. After about a fortnight, he was finally discharged from hospital. Only about 50 of the more than 200 species of snakes in India are venomous. Of these, only four, Russell's viper, saw-scaled viper, Indian cobra, and common krait, are really dangerous. They are found across the country from desert to fertile plains, while all the four are most common in rural India. Indian cobras and common kraits can be found in and around any human dwelling, posing danger even in the suburbs of major cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, and New Delhi. Of the death-dealing quartet, the Russell's viper is found from the paddy fields and river valleys of North India to the densely forest hills of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka in the south. Tan or brownish thick-bodied and reaching a length of 1 meter, it has long movable fangs that inject a large amount of venom, making it even more dangerous than the Indian cobra. The Indian cobra, a relative of some killer snakes of Asia, Africa, and Australia, is readily recognized by the spectacle, picture on the right, and monocle, picture on the left, marks on its back. However, the black cobra has no distinguishing marks. About 1.5 to 2 meters long, the cobra spends much of its time underground or beneath dead logs or stones, feeding mainly on frogs and rats. The cobra's bite is shallow and delivers a smaller dose of venom, but the venom is 3 times as toxic as that of Russell's viper. Even more toxic is the venom of the secretive and timid common krait. 1 to 1.5 meters in length, it is found throughout India. The common krait is usually glistening bluish black with thin, often indistinct white cross bands. Contrary to what many people believe, most snakes are timid, nocturnal creatures feeding mostly on rats, mice, frogs, toads, lizards, or birds. They attack humans only when actually stepped upon or provoked in some way. Precautions such as wearing shoes and long trousers when walking through high grass and undergrowth will lessen the risk of being bitten, for most snake bites in India occur as people walk barefoot. Carry a lantern or a torch when you venture out at night. Beat the ground ahead with a long stick as you walk. Snakes will perceive the vibrations and slither away. The snakes move around as long as they have rats to feed on. Hence, keep your home and its surroundings rat free. One should be alert during the monsoon season when snakes are most active. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to our channel.